So all of my videos used to be unretouched. Those were the days. Because right now my skin is so jacked up. Um, Tomorrow, we are going to have our third in the AP Antiracism for live. And we ended up doing the second from the last, which is the disposable black. A friend of mine, a mutual of mine, did a video, and I can't link videos anymore. It's Digital Sister. She did a video about what she saw was going to be sort of the problematicness of people who have been harmful to black women, either interpersonally or through business or whatever, and now using this opportunity now that that VP Harris is running to kind of blank all of that, like blot all of that out. And so I decided, last week, let's talk about the disposable black, because I feel like that there's going to be a lot of that going on, and people are going to feel, and so we had a very good conversation. And I have to say that I was really proud of some of y'all, because I know that it could not have been easy to be honest as you were. So I'm front loading I'm front loading tomorrow's experience, because it's going to be it's going to get into some difficult places. One of the questions, the final question, one of the second to the last question I asked was, how many times, okay, of the black people you have known with who you were in regular contact, who are regularly, semi-regularly a part of your life, how many of those people are you no longer in contact with? And it was harder for people to be honest when they were on the stage, on the panel, which is totally understandable. I mean, everybody wants to look good. And also, you're just not thinking. So you're not like, you feel a bit on the spot, and I think people start to panic. But so the numbers were way larger in the comments. I 12, 17, 7 kinds of numbers of what people were giving. There were a couple of there were a couple of threes, but it turned out that one of those threes was not really a three. Because here's what happens in these situations. There is a hiccup, and I literally mean a hiccup. Something that could be resolved in a 10-minute phone conversation. Something that could be resolved by simply revealing your intention, your actual feelings about a situation to the black person. But because this fear of open conflict and right to comfort come together in this particular way, and this is something y'all do to each other as well, people walk off instead of saying the thing. So you walk off, you're aware that you've walked off, and then but the other part is you start to villainize us in your mind. You start telling yourself all kinds of stories about what we think, what we mean by what we said, all of these things that were not a part of our relationship with you. But they're your way of not feeling like you need to address the racism inherent in the way you handle walking away from an interaction with us or walking away from us. This is where the rubber meets the road, guys. It's easy. It is so easy to talk this stuff. It's so easy to talk about, about privilege and how everybody should be, and I can't stand I can't stand these people, and blah 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 blah. I don't believe the last part isn't helpful to me. And B, the rest is just talk. It's when we start examining how you're handling yourself in your life. And here's what I need you guys to understand is that you have not been socialized to do things any differently. I really do believe that had you been socialized on how to resolve conflicts rather than just walk away from them, or because the choice seems to be to either walk away from, to ignore the conflict, or to walk away from the relationship. It's like if you talk about it, it means the relationship is over. Whereas for Black people, exactly the opposite. If we're talking about it, it means I care enough about you to try to keep you in my life while still taking care to be cognizant, to be careful and caring of my own boundaries and my own needs. So I'm going to tell you what the issue is, and then we can talk about it and hope that we still have each other when that conversation is over. So for us, a conversation is a sign that we still want to keep you. And I think one of the reasons why people get so activated is a conversation is often a sign that the relationship is going down the drain or about to end. So this is very hard, like I gotta think deep work, and not everybody's ready for it. And it's okay if you are not, but just be honest about that, you know? There are some of you who are with me on last week when we did this, and I understand if you decide that you don't want to be on the panel this week. But just let me know that. We're gonna baby step learning how to say what you feel and leave the other person to have their reaction instead of attempting to control and or define or translate what you think their reaction to you is or would be if they knew what you were like thinking, feeling. And the big question it becomes, like, when you've been in those situations where you have walked away from a Black person in a way that is harmful, and by harmful, I mean any kind of harm. I mean, you were emotionally harmful, you were financially or professionally harmful, is to dig into, like, why did I let myself get to that point when something as simple as a conversation could have prevented it? And that answer that's not about us. That answer is 100% about you and us. So this is going to be a difficult conversation. And I want you all to come. And I want you all to show up for it because you can do hard things. This is hard, but what the necessity of it is if you are in anti-racism spaces, you can't be discarding Black people left and right and consider yourself an anti-racist. You just simply can't. And my hope for each and every one of you is never that, like, you're perfect. It's that you do better, or that you beat yourself over the things that you did or have done. It's that you do better next time. And then the time after that, because probably the next time is not going to be the last time either, because you're still learning how to be, frankly, how to be a grown-up in a conversation, how to be a grown-up in a relationship. That is not something you guys are really taught. That kind of social emotional learning. See you later.